Hello, good evening and welcome to the home of the Ghost Island. Here we are for our Monday night live stream, starting a little bit later than usual as we were waiting to finish uploading some videos onto YouTube, which we had to get done today. But we are continuing our journey playing Starfield. So as a reminder from last time then, let's see where we are. So we had done a full playthrough to get to NG+1. We then did a full playthrough with the Starborn skips to get to NG+2, which is where we are now, on our road to NG+3. And on the last live stream, we managed to get to the point where we had done the final battle against the hunter and the emissary, but we used the persuade. We didn't have to fight the battle because we're doing it as quickly as we can. So what have we got left to do? Well, it is actually getting the powers. So you can see here we got 10 undiscovered temples left. We're trying to get them to level 3, bearing in mind that Supernova we can't get to level 3 because it was bugged in the first part of the playthrough. So without further ado, we're currently, as you can see here, we're on the eye. We've just got our next power to go and find, so let's go and do that one. So I think this is going to be pretty much a power grind until we get to NG+3. Hopefully it won't take too long. Right, where is our temple? There it is. Make sure it's the right one with the scanner. Last time got caught out. Two buildings look very similar. We didn't have our scanner out, and of course we weren't going to the right one, but there it is. Okay, we've got the scanner out, we can see the route, we can see the doorway right ahead of us here as well. We haven't even had to use our personal atmosphere yet as well, which is very nice. We're going to use it. Oh, it's not working. We need to select it, not that one. Powers wise, personal atmosphere, just make sure we got that selected. There we go, personal atmosphere, that's our mobility pick. And in we go. Right, let's go get this power. And over here. So last time we played we had quite a number of bugs. For example, in here, boost pack wasn't working, the cutscenes going through the rings weren't working. There's been no patch since, so we may get a repeat of those bugs. We just have to keep an eye on them. And as you'll have seen in plenty of these before, we try and stay high where possible. Okay, there's the circle, in we go. And another power done. Okay, Starborn will appear over here. Starborn should appear over here, but he didn't. No Starborn. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's go back, get the next one. So, just as a recap, for those that didn't see last time, we got an instance of the game and universe where there are no companions. There were just kids playing in the lodge, and so there's no Vladimir. So if you want to find temple locations, you have to go to the eye and look yourself for them. So that was kind of weird. To have no companions at all, like literally none. I did think we were going to have an issue with Barrett's power, because there's no Barrett, right? There's no companions at all, not a single one. But we actually managed it just took us straight to Barrett's temple, and we just did it with no Barrett. So clearly that doesn't matter. There you go, we got the next power there. And we're going to Leonis this time, so let's go and get that one. Oh, an unexplored route, no less. Oh, a long one. This is a potentially long one. Okay. Let's see how far we... Oh, we can get all the way to here now. Not going to fight with those, we're just going to go. Very nice. And off we go. Right then, and let's land on. That is another power done. Right, let's get the scanner up. Okay, here we are. We're going to have to use our personal atmosphere. There we go. And it's done, and the doorway should be down over here. It's a bit too high gravity, so we're not going to be able to jump over that, but we will be able to sneak in around this way. And here we go. Temple Chi. Here we go. See how quickly we can get this one done. See, just a few light taps to get us in the right direction with the booster, but you can, where necessary, hold the booster down. There we go. We did get that one. Where's the next? There it is. Like over here, I want to hold the booster down to give you that extra push in the right direction. Oh, we need a few on this one. It's interesting, you don't always need the same amount. It's either you don't need the same amount, or it's got issues registering you going through them. But you get the sound of going through them, so I don't know, maybe you just need different ones. There we go, and in we go. And another power done. Do we get a starborn at the end this time? If we do, he'll be in front of us. No starborn. Okay, so no starborn appearing in the temples after we get the powers. That's rather interesting.
Unregistered starship, we're
Back
detecting...
to the eye, back to a scan.
Well, it's what we're not detecting that's an issue. What's powering that thing?
There we
You
go.
know what? Just...
And they say the same things every time we come by here.
Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Okay. At least we don't have to listen to Vladimir's same dialogue every time, right? Another power. Off we go. And it's literally quick travel, loading screen to power, puzzle to loading screen to get a new power 24 times. Oh dear, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Right, where is our temple? Somewhere over this direction. There it is. Just a reminder to everybody that we are streaming live on Twitch, on Kick, and on YouTube this evening. So if you see me talking to people, you can't see the chat, it's because they are probably on another platform. Okay, let's have some personal atmosphere. There's our temple. I like to say, in terms of scanning, just scanning things as we run past them. I'm not going out my way for it. Ooh. The ridge line couldn't get over. There we go, we're over. Benzene up here. Alright, where's the doorway? Looks like it's just up there on the left. Quite a lot of gravity here. It's 1.41. So you ain't going to be jumping very far, particularly not with the boost pack and the boost skills I have, because we've not put anything into them at all apart from what we start with. Just as a reminder, we did choose the Soldier as our starting career for a rush through NG+. And that's what I recommend if you're just focused on getting to NG+10. The Soldier is a really good starting set of skills for that. Okay, where is it? There it is. Done. Well, we've streamed 16 minutes, we have 3 powers down. Oh dear. We're not even getting the XP from killing the Starborn at the end. Rubbish. See, there should be a Starborn appearing right over here. And there's none. Okay, right, well, not there. So we've got 7 temples left to discover, but we don't believe that because we know that that's bugged. And we never know actually how many. Sometimes it shows there's 1 temple left undiscovered, even though you've got all the powers, And then sometimes it shows you've got 4 temples left, even though you've got all the powers.
We're going to attempt to scan you for contraband. Please comply. Pretty please.
It's also quite interesting the eye can only scan for temple power once.
Enjoy your stay in New
Or one at a time, I should say. Like, I'm there, just give me all of them. Okay, next. Laborum Proxima. Off we go. Level 48 at this stage, so that was with a full playthrough, a playthrough of Starborn, Skip, and the playthrough that we're currently on now, which is the extra shortened version, the skip that you do at the lodge at the beginning. So essentially it was showing each 3 types of going through, and that's what I wanted to show. I wanted to show what a full playthrough looked like, as in, when I say full playthrough, I mean just doing the main storyline, but essentially the full main storyline, and then the full main storyline, but with the skips that you're allowed to do as a Starborn, and then obviously the ultra shortened version where you skip everything, and you kind of almost get like it's almost a separate storyline, but it's really just an ultra shortened version. Question is, can we get up here? Yeah, it looks like we can. Got lower than 1 gravity, so that's fine. There's our temple. No direct path seen. Now I think that's a singular wall, so my bet is that is the wall with the doorway, and that looks pretty promising with a double wall. That's how you tell where the doorways are. You get these 2 little double walls next to each other. Okay, and in we go. Okay, up we go. There's our glowing balls of light. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. There's 4. Where is it? There it is. Damn it. I hate it when you find it and then it disappears as you go for it. But we did it. And that's another one done. So 4 powers like this has taken 20 minutes. So if you imagine how long 240 will take. You know, we're not hanging around. We're not even having to kill Starborn at the end, right? But we'll take a gun out just in case. No Starborn, but we have got ourselves to level 49. So, marksmanship, no. We could do sniper certification. We could do targeting. Can't do that. We could do armor pen. Ooh, sniper certification gives us headshots while aiming with a scope weapon, plus 25% crit hit chance. Yeah, we're going to take that because crit's always worth taking. Very nice. And back to the eye. Back to the eye.
Unidentified vessel, you have no faction markings or registered manufacturer. Please maintain course while we scan you. Assuming Scans that work on whatever it is you're flying.
There you go.
Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Okay. Power from beyond. There we go. Acquire. Off we go. We're going to Copernicus. And landing on. And exit ship. Okay, right then. What have we got? There we go. There we go. There's not too much to say with these things. It's just rinse and repeat over and over and over and over. But if you want your power to level 10 with only having to go through New Game Plus 10 times, then and of course that's not even guaranteed, right? Because so you do your New Game Plus to get to New Game Plus 10. Right, you've got all your powers to 10, you've got your Starborn suit 10, you've got your Starborn ship level 6 and so on. But when you go through Unity to NG+10, if you decide to stay there, or if you go to NG+11 to have it nice and fresh, which is what I'm doing, you might not get the universe you want. So the universe, I don't want to have a universe with 0 companions, for example, where I've just got kids. I want to be able to get all the companions. A bit of a completionist, like to have all the companions, etc. So I want an almost replica of how it started. Can we do it? No, of course not. Oh, sucks. Can we sneak in around here? No, of course not. Ugh. Annoying. Where's the entrance to this thing? Where is the entrance to this thing? There it is. Good, in we go. Yeah, so you got to make sure that even when you got to find that universe you want to settle down in, that's the version that you want, because there are multiple different versions, right? In another game playthrough that I had, a version where all the companions had been killed by Andrasia, and she was waiting for the lodge and tries to kill you when you arrive at the lodge. So it was like, which version of the game do you want? So yeah, even if you get through NG+10, you've got everything max upgraded. That doesn't guarantee that's the last time you've got to go through the New Game Plus process. If you want to then settle in a system, which is basically what was in, that was my plan, which is we go and get everything max leveled, and then we find a system, we settle down, and we do all the side missions and base building and all of that stuff, level up all the skills and abilities, research, shipbuilding. Because there is actually quite a lot to the game. I think a lot of people don't give it the credit for that there is. It's a big game, and there's an element of credit that you should get for that. Doesn't negate some of the issues, but it is a big, deep game, and I think a lot of people that are negative about Starfield haven't done the shipbuilding, haven't done the base building. All they've done is played the main story or done some side missions or just flown around and done surveying. And let's face it, for most people, just running around surveying isn't the most exciting thing in the world. Certainly not for me, it's not. So sometimes I think people just haven't played it enough to give it some of the credit it deserves. But by that same token, there are certain areas of criticism which it does deserve. So, you know, it's
unregistered starship. We're detecting. Well, we're not detecting. That's an issue. What's powering that thing? You know what? Just hold still while we do the contraband check.
okay.
Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
I'm going to the eye. Going to the eye. They never acknowledge being in the eye, or the eye even being here, which is quite interesting. I'm sure they know it's there, right? Okay, another one. Alright, let's go fly and get this one. Oh, an unexplored route. Let's go. And next. Ooh, gonna have to do 3 jumps on this one. There we go, and then a final jump. There we go.
Fine. You know what, Robin? Fine. You.
So I mean, if I was doing this as a complete full playthrough, not trying to get to the New Game Plus as quick as possible, you know, you could break up this power grind. Like, we've just come into the system. There's clearly a side mission here. You know, you could explore the planet, survey the planet. That would break it up. But of course, when you're going through New Game Plus and you're losing all that stuff, it's just not worth it, right? You're better off just powering through the grind. I really am in 2 minds about the whole New Game Plus thing, I have to say. You know, because it makes you not want to. You don't want to lose all. You know, you don't want to work really hard, put loads of hours into the game to have it completely wiped. Where are we going? Hang on a minute. Did I mess this up again? Too busy talking. It's over there. You don't want to put loads of hours into the game to have it completely wiped, right? So that's why for me it was a case of, I'm not going to bother with ship building and base building and doing tons of side missions and everything else when I'm going to lose it all. I'm better off just doing what's needed to get to the max level of New Game Plus. Well, not the max level of the New Game Plus, but max level of powers and armor, really. Though I still don't think even the max level of Starborn armor, you know, it's good at max level, but you still can't modify it. You know, and as you get to the higher level, I'm sure there may be better armor out there. I mean, certainly at this level, I mean, the Mantis armor is better than even the Starborn level 6, so it's not until you get to the level 7 armor and stuff that the actual Starborn armor is better than the Mantis armor. Though I still go and do the Mantis area, because when you New Game Plus the lair of the Mantis, it's easy to get to. Like, you get it very early on, the secret outpost slate. There's just so much good loot and weapons and stuff in there that when you're starting with nothing on your New Game Plus, it's a really good early on source of credits, ammo, all the gear you need to make it through to the next new game, if you like, through to the end of the playthrough. So I always recommend doing Lair of the Mantis. It's the only side mission I recommend doing in the New Game Plus rush. Oh, disappeared on me again. Where did it go? There it is. Done. Done. In we go. So what's that? 6 powers now we've done? 6 powers in 32 minutes, something like that. Coming to the end of this playthrough. Right, there should be a Starborn here, but we haven't been seeing any Starborn after the power at the temples, which is really odd. Is that it? Have we done it? There's no more missions to go here. Let's check our powers then. It says 4 undiscovered. So it sounds like the bug is still there. That it's saying 4 undiscovered temples. And it's clearly not, but we will check it. So these should all be level 3 now. No, reactive shield is level 2. So there's 1 missing. That one was bugged, so we've already done that this time. It was bugged on the first playthrough, so that should only be 2. But this one's missing. No, Inner Demon's missing, so that's 2 missing. Three. So there's 3 missing. But there is nothing telling me going back to the eye to get it. Okay, let's head back. Okay, let's head back and see if we go to the eye, it will give us another one. Huh. Alright, let's get back on board here. In fact, let's go to here. Back. Where's the eye? Where's the eye gone? How do we get to the eye? It's here, isn't it? The eye somewhere? Huh. Interesting. How do we get to the eye? No, scan unavailable. Come back out of that. Star station. Is the eye there? No, there's the eye there. Look, there we go. Weird. Couldn't see it when you zoomed in. Right, let's land on it and see if it'll give us the location of the temples. Because that's going to suck royally if it doesn't. Because we're already on to an NG+11 on this one to get all skills to level 10. Right, that's going to real suck. No. So no way to get those powers. Right, let's go to the lodge. Hang on. Failure to communicate. Let's just check. No. Huh. Let's build the artillery on the ship and see if that'll do anything. I did another playthrough and didn't have one issue upgrading all the powers all the time. Okay. Let's remove the artillery. No. Okay, so let's go to the lodge and see if that will help unlock some of these powers. This is really weird, man. First time I played through all the way to NG+10, and every single playthrough we got all the powers and we leveled it up all the way through. This one, first playthrough, we had one power missing and we couldn't get it without having to go and search every flipping star system, which I wasn't going to do, go and search every star system just for an undiscovered temple. And on the second playthrough, we managed to get every single power. And now on this playthrough, we're 3 powers short. And there's no Vladimir, so we've been doing it from the eye, because as you can see here, there's just kids.
I always play Sarah Morgan. She's my favorite. The strong leader.
I swear.
So hope we aren't getting in your way.
See?
One of these days, I'm getting a hat.
There's just nothing here. Healing items are 5% more effective. Huh. Well, that sucks, I have to say. Not gonna lie. So we've no way of getting any more of the powers. We can clearly see that we are with 3 powers short. There's one there, and then there's elemental pull, and where was it? That one. That one's okay. Inner demon. Elemental pull, inner demon, and reactive shield. So all 3 of those. Yeah. Z order, another powers glitch. So if someone can tell me how to find these 3 powers without having to search every single system, I'd love it. But it glitched on the first playthrough, was fine on the second, and on this third one, NG+2, we're missing 3 powers. There's no Vladimir because we got no companions. I've been to the eye, I can't click on the eye. I've just been to the lodge, I can't click on the lodge. So the only option would be to search every single system for undiscovered temples. I can tell you now that I'm not going to do it. And if you run into this while doing a rush through to NG+10, I wouldn't recommend doing that either. I'd just go to NG+11, NG+12, do whatever you have to keep doing it, because I think that will be easier than having to search all the systems. To be honest, it takes. I mean, we did our last live stream, and we weren't even speed running. Our last live stream, we went from a final battle with the Hunter and Emissary at NG+1 to the final battle of NG+2 this playthrough in like 4 hours, and that's without crazy rushing. That's with like looting, taking our time. Like, I mean, I'm sure you could get it down to around like 2 to 3 hours, even getting all the powers. So yeah, there you go. Another glitch, another bug. This time, not 1 power missing, 3 powers missing. Three powers missing. And it just sucks, right? You gotta think, like, you know, you're already having to get these powers and do it 240 times, right? You're already having to play through the game 10 times to get it max leveled. So to have to play it again and again and again just to go through, just to get all your powers to level 10, that's pretty shitty. And I have to say, I think Bethesda need to sort their shit out and start releasing some proper good patches with bug fixes in this game. Have to say, I find it really annoying. from a progression standpoint. Right, let's go power up the warp drive. We're going to go through to the Unity just to say that we've completed this playthrough. But yeah, you know, I reckon based upon that playthrough we've just done, you know, once you know where you're going, what you're doing, you can get a shortened skip playthrough while getting all the powers, not having to dick around with research ships or anything like that, to probably around about 3 hours per new game plus using the shortened skips. You know, and you can cut it down even more if you're using the Starborn skips. You persuade the Hunter or the Emissary at the final battle. That's definitely worth it. But here we are. We've gone through and we're now at Unity. And just like last time...
You made it. I hope you're enjoying the view. I never get tired of staring at it. Eternity.
Okay, yep, Starborn, you say that every time.
Welcome home, Starborn. As always, the path to a new universe is forward. Past me. Or, you could turn around and return from where you came.
Really? No, I'm not going to do that. Right, so the interesting thing here, the first playthrough we sided with the Emissary and killed the Hunter. Second time we sided with the Hunter and killed the Emissary. This time we didn't side with any.
Is spread throughout space and time. By defeating both the Hunter and the Emissary, the path to the unity in this universe is left for the people of the settled systems to discover on their own, uninterrupted by powerful Starborn.
So there you go, that's the third version. So you get one with the Emissary, one where you've sided with the Hunter, and one where you defeated them both, and you get that one. And this one is always the same. The interesting thing here is that in this universe playthrough, there were no companions. These people don't exist. It was just children. And yet they don't account for that in this part of the Unity. It's just been copy and pasted. So that's another thing that you sit there and go, man alive, if you're going to have all these alternate universes and you're going to make me go into an alternate universe with no companions, at least have the end game thing match the alternate universe you're in. Because it doesn't make sense. So you're now seeing Vladimir and you're seeing Noah and all that. Well, they weren't in my playthrough. So why have I got these guys at the end? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, enough of rambling and soapboxing. Let's go through the Unity.
Although you leave this universe behind, a new universe awaits you.
NG+3, here we come.
What choices will you make?
I mean, it's cool, right? It looks cool. If you like space and sci-fi, it looks cool. Okay, here we go, the credits. So you do get to see these every time. but we are going to get a skip. There we go. Press tab to skip. And we're into New Game +3. Right, okay, let's check out things. Right, New Game +3. So we've got our Starborn Guardian level 3. Here it is. What have we got? Cargo's the same. We've got a bit more hull, a bit more shield. Weapons are pretty much the same. That doesn't really change. Your jump year, it's already 30 light years. So the ship itself doesn't really change that much. So you get a bit more shield and a bit more hull. Overall, it's not a great ship. The weapons aren't great. It's got a decent amount of cargo though. It's got a 30 light year jump range. It's good enough to get you through a quick playthrough to the next new game. So if you're just doing the main story, it's good enough. You have to work a little bit as you get to sort of New Game +8 and +9 and you're a higher level. You have to work a lot more because this only goes to Starborn Guardian 6. So once you get to New Game +6, that's it. It stops upgrading, right? So by the time you get to New Game +8 and 9 and so on, you have to work really hard for those space battles, particularly the one just before you land at the Buried Temple. But it can easily be done. The boost is amazing on it. Just keep boosting to avoid those target locks, and it'll be no problem at all. So that's the ship. And you can see we've got a different armor set. I said it last time. The armor sets keep changing. But when you get to New Game +10, you don't get the skins. I really wish that if I've unlocked all the different Starborn armors by getting to my level 10 Starborn armor, I should be able to keep the skins, not the armors and not the power or anything else, but keep the skins for each of the Starborn armors, and then be able to change my final Starborn armor to the one that I like the most, because some of them look better than others. So that's just something. Let's also have a look at our status so we can see what the armor looks like. So we're up to 170 physical EM and energy, thermal, airborne, corrosive, radiation 50, 50, 75. At 170, as we said before, it's not good enough. You're better off with the Mantis armor, plus you can upgrade it. The Mantis armor will get you around about 220 or so with upgrades. So like I say, you really need to get to Starborn armor level 6, probably level 7 to be honest, to actually make it have better resistances to Mantis, albeit its environmental resistances, as in the thermal and stuff, isn't as good. But also in the inventory we can check out what traits did we get. So you get minus 15% for robot enemies, yeah, not great. Lead line plus 25 radiation, not great. 5% chance to disarm nearby attackers. So overall, all of those traits for this armor, not great, and thoroughly recommend if you're, certainly if not for a rush playthrough. This suit and whatever is good enough to do a rush playthrough to your next new game, but if you're settling in a universe with a Starborn armor, put a save just before you go through Unity, and then if you don't like the traits that come out on your Starborn armor, reload your save, go through Unity again, and you'll get a re-roll on your traits. And you can do that as many times as you want until you get the traits you want, right? And we got Zedord, we got Flindo on board. Well, hello friends, how goes it? Flindo on YouTube. We are streaming on Twitch, on Kick, and on YouTube. So Flindo on YouTube, hey buddy, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. It's not going that great. We just finished our NG+2 playthrough, and we got let down by the glitch with the powers, being unable to obtain 3 of the powers, which now means we have to go through to NG+11 to get all the powers to level 10, which is a little frustrating. But we have just crossed through Unity. We're on our new Starborn ship. Now, we're not going to do another full playthrough now. What we are going to do, we're going to go to the lodge. The reason I'm going to the lodge, one, is just to see what universe we've got. Have we got a different one? So in the last playthrough, we had no companions. They were just kids. The companions had disappeared. They weren't even in the game. Not one I'd want to settle down in. So let's go to the lodge and see what version of the universe we've got this time. So Working on getting your lizard men ready for the old world. Cool. You've got your bases in the mail. Gonna have to number the bases though, since those new Saurus are pretty dynamic.
Unregistered starship.
Yeah, I mean the other option you've got, Flinder, of course, is if you turn the miniatures on the base at a slight angle. So you can almost have them angled to the left to get the tails of the lizard men at an angle. But if you then move the arms, you can still make it look like they're moving forward with the shields pointed forward. So if you looked at a lot of the old school Warhammer models, they were often angled for that very reason. So have a think about the angling of them as well, and that can minimize the amount that you actually have to number your bases for your formations. Of course, the other way is if you fully magnetize your movement trays and your bases, they'll always be in the right place anyway, pretty much. Yeah, you'll probably do that. Yeah, I mean, like I say, there's the angling works pretty well. And say it was quite common with a lot of things that had lots of trailing. So one that sticks in my mind: Dark Elf Corsairs, the plastic Corsairs with the Sea Dragon cloaks. They were always flapping around and quite wide, and the pose is quite dynamic. So putting those guys at an angle, that was one that worked really well. Okay, so here we are. We've landed at New Atlantis, and let's see what version of the universe we're going to get.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a united...
The well's been
So we're here at night, clearly.
Mast finally sent someone down there.
I need to... So, yes, it does reset your power, not your skill, your power. So, personal atmosphere is the default go-to power. Gives you personal atmosphere, which means you can pretty much sprint everywhere, even if you're crazy encumbered. And then the slowing down time one is my go-to for big fights. The other powers, take them or leave them, to be honest. You got 24 powers, most of them I don't even use, so a bit unfortunate. Because there's no quick buttons for them. You can basically put one power on a hot button, that's it. So even if you've got quantum essence to get your power back quickly, there's very few times where you want to be swapping them around, and if you swap them around, you've got to pause the game, select a new one, and that sort of thing. The Temple Guard shouldn't be too bad since they were designed for rank and file. That's true. There's new versions of Temple Guard though, aren't there? Maybe you've already got the old ones, but there are new versions of Temple Guard, I think. Going to be using Agrodons as Cold One Riders. Your wallet's going to hurt for it though. I use set on Games Workshop then, because I mean there's obviously lots of options for 3D printing, stuff like that, which would be significantly cheaper. I think the Agrodons, they're definitely narrow and skinny enough, but they might be a little bit bigger, though I don't have any Agrodons, so I can't put it against the cold ones that I already have. eBay, obviously there's lots of places like eBay and stuff as well to look for them, and Etsy. So have a think about those for the cold ones. That could end up saving you a lot of money, without a doubt. But yeah, if you really like the Agrodons, go for it. I mean, they definitely fit. So you got $75 for 3. You want 10 of each type. Holy potatoes. Yeah, because you got the Scar Veteran on cold one. You're doing mostly GW since you want to keep it tournament legal. Yeah, I get that. I mean, if I was to go to a local game club right now, it's actually a GW store. There's actually tables at a local GW store. That's the only thing I've got local right now, so other than playing at home. So if I was to play in a GW store, I have to use GW models. So I get that. Okay, right. Well, let's head into the lodge. Okay, so it's looking pretty standard. So this is
Excuse me.
Okay, this is what you would normally expect,
Wait.
as opposed to what happened last time.
Something familiar about you. Vasco, identify.
The new Agrodons are definitely more dynamic, Flindo, I agree. Definitely more dynamic.
Organizations. Please remain
More
still.
aggressive looking
This
too.
appears to be the miner from Argo's extractors. Lost as we were carrying the artifact from Vecteron. Current whereabouts previously unknown.
I see. Vasco already delivered the artifact. So, why are you showing up now?
Okay, so this is what you would normally see. Last time, we didn't get to demonstrate this because there were no companions. This time, we do get to demonstrate it. So normally, when your companions are there, Sarah Morgan will be there, and she will give you this choice. Do you want to repeat the main quest? That basically is the long version of the playthrough, even with the Starborn skips. That's what we did on our second playthrough. What we did on our last playthrough, going through NG+2, is skip main quest. I'm not who you think. I'm Starborn. I know what the artifacts are.
I see. So some of our theories about the artifacts are correct.
You don't think the Agrodons should be too hard to rank up because they're like 50% tail? The other thing you can do with the tails, if the tails are sticking out straight, add a tiny bit of heat and you can actually make them curved as well, and that helps because it makes it look like as they're running they're swishing their tails from side to side. I certainly did that with some of mine, where you just add a little bit of heat and you just slightly bend the tail and you just curve it round your finger to make it look natural, and you can avoid and make it easier for rank and file there. Right, okay, so we just have to choose. What are we going to go with here? This is going to sound weird, but I've done all this before. I came here with an artifact and joined Constellation.
So, that's what we're looking for. The pieces to an armillary. A path to the center of a multiverse.
This is either the truth or the most elaborate practical joke I've ever witnessed.
I think we're past the point of doubting, Walter.
In any event, we'll be able to see for ourselves. We know where most of the artifacts are now, and presumably how we get them.
GW actually does that, so it should save you a lot of time. Yeah, as I said, I don't have any of the new Agrodons. I've got the old cold ones, so I can't comment on the Agrodons. I don't actually have any. I'm not a big fan of Age of Sigmar. Tried to get into it. The actual models in Age of Sigmar are actually really nice. In a lot of cases, some of them are love or hate, but there's a lot of them that are really good. But just, yeah, it's not my... the rules for Age of Sigmar are not my cup of tea, which is why, as you can see, I'm really excited for the old world. Right, okay. These are artifacts I pulled out of the bedrock myself, ones that granted visions. Yeah, let's do that one.
And if what you've told us about the Starborn is to be believed, we'll need all the help we can get. I want you to check with Vladimir on the Eye. Cross-reference what you've told us with what he's picking up on the scans. You track down the artifacts the Eye finds, while we gather the others.
Okay, and now you actually get to interact with your companions as a Starborn doing the skip, where you've told them you're Starborn. We actually haven't done that yet, because on the second playthrough, we actually played it as though we weren't Starborn. So this is the first time you actually get to play with your companions as Starborn, because last time there weren't any companions. So the hunter killed one of you in my universe. He will not do the same here. Yeah, let's go with that.
And we're grateful for that, Starborn. Now, let's get those artifacts.
Okay, there you go. So we've got Lodge Key and all that good stuff. This one is still giving us bonuses. There comes a point in some of the universes where these don't give you bonuses. This one's not the best. Outpost permanently produce resources 5% faster. Good if I was settling in this one. Also, when you come in, don't forget to go downstairs. You can empty the resources you picked up in your ship. You'll get yourself a couple of weapons with some ammo. What have we got here? Refined Big Bang. Okay, not the best. And don't forget there's a bunch of ammo hidden at the back there. At least that gets you started. We've already got 19,000 credits. That's enough, again, to get you a bunch of ammo. Don't forget to buy digipicks when you first come in. So buy your ammo. Don't buy any guns, just buy ammo of the usual types, your 11mm, your 6.5, your 7.7, and your digipicks, and that'll be enough. You go off, do your missions, and all is good. Also, don't forget there are some resources up here, and search around. There's med pack over here as well. So don't forget that when you come in. So Flindo there. but all the new lizard men are ace. I have to say the new lizard men are ace. The slan, everything they've done, actually, I have to say the lizard men look really cool. The one model I did get of the new lizard men is I got the Lord Croak when that first came out. The new Lord Croak model is absolutely amazing. And yeah, you say they won't be out of place at all in the old world setting. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. They do fit really nicely. Obviously, there's going to be a few miniatures in there that aren't in the rules because they've done some other things. But the ones that you can do as counts as, or are just basically miniature upgrades, design upgrades, will fit very nicely. Think of doing Skaven, but you're going to hold off. Since you heard a rumour the 4th edition AOS box is going to be Skaven. Yeah, Skaven are definitely due a whole bunch of new stuff for Age of Sigmar. I'm amazed they haven't been done already. They're a really popular race. We see it from Total Warhammer. I see it certainly in my local area. Skaven are very popular. They were popular in the 8th. I can't believe it's taken this long for Skaven to get a proper update. But of course, we did see, I think it was a Warhammer Underworlds team of Skaven. I think it was Underworlds, not Warcry. Team of Skaven. I think that gave us indication of where things can go. So really need Skaven. Hard time fitting Croak on a 60mm base. True, but his miniature's awesome. Right, so in terms of this playthrough, we're not playing through this. We've done what we set out to do in Starfield. A full playthrough at the beginning. We had the one power bug. We then did a full playthrough with the Starborn skips at NG+1. No bugs other than interaction bugs and that sort of stuff, but we had all the powers. We've just completed NG+2, which was the shortened version in the alternate universe. 3 power bugs, so a 3 powers short. So we will have to do an NG+11 to get them all level 10. And I've just shown, as we've come into NG+3, the normal start to do the shortened version. Now, I'm not going to go and now live stream all the way through to NG+10. What we are going to do is we're going to load up one that I prepared earlier. So if we come here, as you can see, we're in Starborn Guardian 6, level 81. So let's load up this game. Gutter runners were old when you started 15 years ago, man. And do you know, a lot of the Skaven stuff, super expensive because of the way it is, right? Super expensive. Right, so here we go. We're going to get up. Look at that. How cool does that look? Right. So, as we come round here, this is what it looks like to be NG+10, right? This is the NG+10 armor. As I said, you don't get any skips. You don't get any skins. So, when you get to NG+10, this is the only armor you get, right? You don't get the skins to change it, because I think there's armors that come before this that look cooler. So I'd really like to be able to change my Starborn armor to like the level 9 one or whatever. But just having a look at that Starborn suit of armor, you're up to 235 on your resistances, which is not bad. Especially bear in mind, you are getting a massively reduced weight because it includes your helmet and your boost pack. The traits on this one, not the best, but were good enough to get us through the NG+10. We've completed the main storyline on NG+10 to get all the powers to level 10 as well. So you can see here we have every single power. I didn't have a single bug on this playthrough here. I still got the bug of 4 undiscovered temples, but every single power, even Supernova, even Parallel Self, all of them are all level 10, right? And that was just an NG+10, not one power glitch or bug all the way through. Man alive, why do I get it on the live stream one? So there's all the powers. So we got to level 81, so that was doing 2 full playthroughs and then 7 using the shortened skip version. And then if we look at skills wise, this is what I did as I was doing my rush to NG+10. So you can see here, we maxed out pretty much everything that we could, or close as damn it, in the combat area, but we focused on ballistics only, rifles only, and then everything we could do in shooting and targeting. The only thing that I would go down with is putting in sniper certification as well. That just helps on the scope. I do like my scopes. Science wise, we just wanted to max out the research stuff because that does carry through with you to NG+10. It's also nice for the astrodynamics, but the rest of it we just kind of did because we could, like outpost engineering, because we're going to start heading down towards special projects. That gets us to max level of mods for our gear. But we didn't really do anything into medicine. We didn't do much at all. If you look at ship tech, this is the ship tech that I need, or the ship skills that I needed to get through the space battles at NG plus like 9 and 10 with the Starborn level 6 ship, right? So we didn't touch that. What we did do is security you need anyway, but we did max out the shield systems, and we did go down the particle beam missile weapons as well. So, but the shield systems is key just for that survivability. Social wise, yeah, just the persuasion. Scavenging's really useful as well. Getting both of those to level 3, that just really helps out when you're starting your new game. But what I did need, as I started to go into the higher levels of New Game Plus 7, 8 and 9, I did need to start boosting my health, reducing physical damage as well, right? So that's something that I did need to start doing. The other thing you've got here is recovering from injuries as well. So decontamination, slight chance to recover from infections, but that pain tolerance, physical damage reduced by 10%. I did start to need that, and going forward from here I will be looking to put some more into that as we move forward. So the plan from NG plus 10 is we would go through Unity to NG plus 11, start completely afresh. The armor will be the same, the ship will be the same, all the skills will be the same. We will be starting afresh, excuse me, but we will be looking to do the side missions. So we'll play through the UC Vanguard missions, the Crimson Fleet missions, the Ryujin missions, all that sort of stuff we'll be looking to play through. We'll be looking to explore more of the ship building and more of the base building. In terms of weaponry, this is the weaponry that I was using for the end of my NG plus 10 final battle. So I do like the Urban Eagle as a pistol, that we've got no real skill into that. The AA-99 is my go-to for room clearance, but using those explosive rounds really key. The Beowulf is my go-to all-purpose assault rifle. I like it with the short scope. I do use the suppressor and the armor-piercing rounds and high-powered. You want to be at least doing you've got 120 damage there. If you get a nice legendary one or a 1-inch punch or something like that, you can really get some more damage out of that. I do like the Lawgiver. That's my go-to sniper rifle as a default sniper rifle. Yes, hard target is better, but if you're rushing through the main story only, difficult to find one. Lawgivers, they're everywhere, and they make a good sniper. Putting the recon sight on that's good, along with the depleted uranium rounds. Old Earth hunting rifle, to be honest, I took that just for nostalgia, really. It's old weapon, you play it in a lot of FPS games, right? The Mag Pulse as a rifle, if you've really kitted out your rifle skills and focused only on rifle skills, this is my recommendation for the final battle. So I'm using the Beowulf to shoot when you're going in to take Guardian Fion, for example, in the Buried Temple, or even when you're fighting the 100 Emissary. Using the Beowulf, but as soon as you got the opportunity, slow down time, switch to the Mag Pulse, and just put everything you've got into the Mag Pulse, and you can see it's very, very high damage. Maelstrom is a backup weapon. Again, if you run out of ammo in your other weapons because you're taking something big down, and it's quicker to switch than it is to reload this thing, and there's always plenty of 6.5mm ammo around. And Unmitigated Violence was the weapon that we got after we killed the hunter. So this is the hunter's weapon when you kill him, and you can see here everything that comes with it. I haven't touched this weapon. This is as it comes as base. I'm not teched into lasers, so I've never used the Hunter's weapon. That's something for the future. But that's it. That's what we've come to. And we're coming to the end of the live stream today. It's a short live stream because I wanted to finish off my dedicated Starfield playthrough, which was to show the full playthrough, the shortened playthrough, and then the ultra short playthrough version to the NG+. I will do the odd live stream in the future of Starfield where we'll be going through maybe playing a whole bunch of UC Vanguard missions. I do want to do a playthrough of some base building and ship building, but to do that I really want to make sure I've got a whole stack of credits and resources. What I don't want to do is a live stream where we're dicking around trying to get credits, trying to get resources. So offline, build up a whole ton of credits and resources, and let's go and play with shipbuilding today, or let's go and do base building. But what we won't be doing anymore is live stream after live stream of Starfield. We finished that, got to where we wanted, like with we did with Subnautica and the Planet Craft. We've kind of set ourselves an end point, and we're now going to move on to other stuff. What have we got coming up? World of Warcraft hardcore. I'm going to do hardcore playthrough. World of Warcraft Season of Discovery / Classic Plus. That's coming up. Other items on the list are Baldur's Gate 3. We'll be looking to do more, or certainly play a lot more of that. I really want to do a whole bunch of playthroughs of Baldur's Gate 3, and also Cyberpunk 2077. I do want to do a full playthrough of that on live stream as well. So that's what's coming up. On top of that is we've got daily releases of YouTube content, whether it's tabletop games for Warhammer the Old World, whether it's other games as well. Lots of videos coming up. Still a whole bunch of Starfield videos coming up. There will also be a Starfield tips and tricks for rushing through to NG+10 as well. Sort of my recommendations. Just easy things as when you start your new game, plus some of the tips as you go through, just to do it in the quickest sort of way possible, but say without doing ultra speed run mode, but doing it in a reasonable time frame. So that's all still to come up on the YouTube channel as well. Well, that's it for the live stream tonight. Thank you all for joining. Thank you to those guys that are watching on Kick, on YouTube, on Twitch. Say it has been a short stream. It's an unusually short stream, but you can certainly look forward to a longer stream tomorrow, Thursday, and into next week as well. But you'll be looking at World of Warcraft. Probably World of Warcraft is going to be the main one over the next couple of weeks. Season Discovery is coming out pretty soon, but there'll be some Baldur's Gate 3 in there as well. Thank you all for watching. You've been watching The Ghost Owl, and have a good evening. Yeah, cheers, Zed Order. Good to see you, and we'll certainly keep an eye out. There'll still be some more Starfield, and there'll definitely be more Starfield content on the YouTube channel as well. There will be some Starfield live streams, so Zed Order, if you want to stop by for those as well. It's been great having you on board, and hopefully we'll see you again in the future.